what's going to give me the biggest bang for my buck? So the thing that we talk about a lot is proteins.
Correct.
Casein, whey, pea protein, all the different types of proteins. Where should I start? Where should I start with protein? How do I know if I even need it?
Okay, so everyone's going to require protein for, one, building muscle, just for all the functions it does in your body and for your health. Most people want to start around 1 gram, or at least try to get to 1 gram per pound of their body weight a day. That's really going to give you a sufficient amount of protein. That's going to help you recover from your workouts, build muscle, and also be a healthy individual. From there, best way to get that is through whole foods, and then supplementation of like whey protein, casein to help fill in some gaps or help you get to that protein requirement can really help you, as whey and casein are both very anabolic, and that means it builds muscle really well in a fancy way. But that's going to be your best bet of getting the most out of your protein intake.
So if I were to say I'm not getting 0.1 gram per pound of body weight, and I wanted to supplement, I understand that from discussions with you and I, if I use a whey protein, that's a quick-acting protein, and it's okay to use whey if I'm doing meals every 2 to 3 hours.
Sure.
If I'm using it as a meal replacement, and it's going to be 5 or 6 hours, like say I'm a cop and I'm going to be sitting in a car for 8 hours between meals, then casein's a better option because it's a longer-acting protein. What do you think about that?
I have to agree with that, because both those proteins digest at different rates. Like you said, whey's fast-acting, 1, maybe 3 hours, depending if you take it in isolation and you took it with a meal source. That could possibly slow down the digestion a little bit. So if you're eating frequent meals throughout the day, whey's going to be a good option to get in. If you're someone whose your work schedule is really busy and you can't get in a meal, or you want to take something before bed because you're not going to eat during the night because you're going to sleep 7-8 hours, casein's going to be your better bet because it's going to slowly digest in the body. It's going to give you that supply of amino acids slowly throughout the night and help you, build muscle and prevent muscle breakdown.
So I get to start putting whey in my coffee again.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm a typical CrossFitter. I come in 3 to 5 times a week. I'm doing pretty well, and I'm getting a fair amount of protein on my diet's on point. I'm doing RP, or I'm doing some sort of a nutrition plan that's weighable, measurable, repeatable. I can tell you what I'm eating and what my intakes are. I still don't feel like I'm getting as much as I possibly could. Is there like some go-to proteins that you like to use?
Go-to proteins, like we already mentioned.
Forgive me. Not proteins.
Supplements.
Are there some go-to supplements that you like to use? Obviously, protein is one of them.
Other supplements that have been shown to work and that might be beneficial for a CrossFit athlete or just a member in the gym wanting to improve their performance and their health. Caffeine's been one that's shown to really work well. For obvious reasons, boost up your energy. Creatine is another really important one. That's the most studied supplement in the world. Helps you build muscle. It's also an energy substrate in the body, which allows you to get extra repetitions in the gym, so a prolonged time. Helps you get in more work, which will help you become stronger, right? So that's what creatine does really well. And then beta-alanine is another one that can really help, especially for a CrossFit athlete. We do really high-intensity types of activity, and beta-alanine, taken correctly every day, just like you would with creatine, can help you perform longer in those high-intensity environments.
Fantastic. That's cool, because I take those mostly because you told me to. So now, the question with the beta-alanine, because that's a neat one, because beta-alanine gives you the skin tingles, and everybody loves the skin tingles. Some people don't like the skin tingles. But I feel that, like soap, if it doesn't lather up, it's not working.
Sure.
With beta-alanine, if you're not feeling the tingles anymore, I felt like that was maybe I had been taking it too long, I built up a tolerance for it.
Right.
How's that work?
Like you said, beta-alanine's side effect is those tinglings, which is why a lot of pre-workouts have beta-alanine in it, because it makes people think, oh my god, my pre-workout's working, I'm getting tingles everywhere. That's the beta-alanine that causes that. The correct way to use beta-alanine is to take it actually every day. About 3 milligrams per kilogram of your body weight, just to kind of get into it. But you want to take it every day, just like you would with something like creatine, your protein, or whatever. And then if you're taking something over and over, just kind of like caffeine, right? Your tolerance builds up for it, so you don't get those tinglings anymore. It does not mean it's not working. Alright, so you want to take it every day because beta-alanine in your body raises up, we call it carnosine, it's another protein in the body. It raises that up, which helps you continue your exercise at high intensities.
So you get more bang for your buck for when you're in the gym. Your workouts are more efficient because your body is processing chemically better than it was before.
More efficient, you're getting more work done, and over the long term, if you're doing more work, you're going to be better.
It's the whole point of coming into the gym. So we've talked about beta-alanine, we've talked about supplements that are beneficial for overall a big needle move. Obviously there's the minutia of going down the rabbit hole on this protein at this time of day versus that protein, pea protein, egg protein, whey protein, protein from cows, protein from this. There's a whole lot that we can go down, but for just overall, to just give a kind of an overall view, something that somebody who's just walking in, who's not at their genetic potential, what would you recommend as, say, nutritionally? How much, we get into macros, how much protein, how much carb, how much fat should you be putting in every day?
So I think for that person that's just coming in and they're starting off, the biggest thing is just a lot of people when they first come in the gym, they're really not eating as much as they should be, which is weird because a lot of people that come in the gym want to lose weight first, but they get stuck in these really low calories over a long period of time and their metabolism slows down and shifts at that range. So usually we want to get them up a little bit, eating a little bit more, which is going to require you eating more protein than you were before. Like we said, trying to get up to that 1 gram per pound of your body weight a day is going to be really important. Progressively trying to get up to that. The carbs and the fats, I would worry about that second after you got your protein intake in, and that's going to, all depend about how much food you're getting in. Those would be something that maybe we go into a little bit more specific detail with that individual. But if you're coming in, you're getting your calories up a little bit more, you're getting that protein in a little bit more. That's the key. Where that protein source is coming from is important. But when you're first starting off, you try to make things as simple as possible. So come in, make sure you're eating more, you're trying to get your vegetables in, and then you're just trying to get more protein in general. Once you're starting to get up to that 1 gram per pound, then we'll start worrying about the nuance of what type of proteins am I getting in, when am I going to take those proteins. So if you're starting out, make it easy on you. If you're working towards the calorie intake, you're getting towards that protein intake we're talking about, you're almost like 70 to 80% there, and then you start worrying about everything else, and you're going to get results from doing those things first.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. Somebody that's going to come in. Let's say you're your typical Globo Gym member. You're the guy who wants to go sit on the treadmill and see how all the other machines work. You don't want to ask, so you're the guy who's sitting on the couch right now, eavesdropping on this conversation. The biggest bang for your buck, what would work best for you is, let's get your proteins up to 1 gram per pound of body fat, and then we can go from there. And then to get it more dialed in, sit down and talk to somebody.
Right, for sure.
Cool. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Awesome.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yep. Yes, sir.